Walaikum assalam. I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm excited about this discussion on boundaries and healthy relationships. It's such an important topic. Let me know how I can help or if there's anything specific you'd like to dive into first. Great question. In relationships, boundaries are essentially the limits and guidelines that define what is acceptable and what isn't. They help maintain respect, protect your well-being, and ensure that both parties feel comfortable and valued. Boundaries can be emotional, physical, or even digital, and they help create a balanced and healthy dynamic. Boundaries are really crucial for mental and emotional health because they help prevent burnout, resentment, and stress. They allow you to protect your energy and your emotional well-being, and they help you communicate your needs clearly. This, in turn, fosters healthy relationships and helps you maintain a sense of self-respect and self-worth. When boundaries aren't respected, it can lead to a lot of negative outcomes. For example, you might feel drained, anxious, or even resentful. Over time, it can damage trust and intimacy in the relationship and lead to feelings of being undervalued or taken advantage of. Ultimately, it can impact your mental health and overall well-being. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people struggle with setting boundaries because they might worry about disappointing others or they fear conflict and confrontation. Sometimes there's a concern about being perceived as selfish or not caring enough. And in some cases, people might not have learned how to set boundaries effectively in the first place. It's definitely a skill that takes practice and confidence. Boundaries really help improve communication by making expectations clear from the start. When both people understand each other's limits and needs, it reduces misunderstandings and guesswork. It also encourages open and honest dialogue where both parties feel safe to express themselves. Ultimately, boundaries create a more respectful and trusting environment, which makes communication more effective and meaningful. That's a great point. Healthy boundaries are balanced, respectful, and flexible. They allow for mutual respect, personal growth, and healthy interactions. On the other hand, unhealthy boundaries can be either too rigid or too porous. For example, overly rigid boundaries can lead to isolation and lack of intimacy, while overly porous boundaries can lead to being taken advantage of or losing oneself. So healthy boundaries strike a good balance and promote well-being. Saying no is actually a powerful form of self-protection because it helps you maintain your limits and prioritize your own well-being. Uh, by saying no, you protect your time, energy, and emotional health, and you prevent burnout and overwhelm. It also reinforces that your needs and boundaries are important, which builds healthier and more respectful relationships. Self-awareness is absolutely key when it comes to setting boundaries. It helps you understand your own needs, values, limits, and triggers so you can communicate them clearly, reflect who you are and what you value. That's a great question. The key is to communicate with empathy and clarity. You can express your boundaries in a kind and respectful way, focusing on your own needs and feelings rather than blaming or accusing. Using I statements like I feel or I need helps keep the conversation constructive. It's also helpful to be consistent and patient and to listen actively to the other person's perspective. That way you can maintain respect and understanding. Boundaries really help strengthen long-term relationships by fostering mutual respect and trust. When both people know and respect each other's limits, it reduces misunderstandings and conflicts. It also creates a safe space where both partners feel valued and heard. Over time, this consistency helps build a deeper connection dynamic overall. That's an interesting question. I think one boundary many people find important is setting aside dedicated personal time, whether it's for self care, hobbies, or just relaxation. It helps maintain balance and prevents burnout. What about you? Is there a specific boundary you're thinking about setting? I'm here to help. Just let me know.
My any ChatGPT. My next question is, what does setting boundaries in a relationship mean?
Absolutely. Setting boundaries in a relationship basically means defining trouble with what you need and what you're not okay with so that both partners can feel safe and understood.
Okay, why is it important to know to respect your time and feelings?
It's important because respecting your own time and feelings helps maintain your mental and emotional health. When you say no and set boundaries, you're prioritizing your own well being, preventing burnout, and ensuring that you don't feel overwhelmed or taken for granted. It also sets a healthy precedent for others to respect you, which leads to more balanced
Okay, my
and
last question is,
fulfilling relationships.
how can setting boundaries help you stay true to yourself?
Setting boundaries really helps you stay true to yourself by ensuring that you honor your own needs relationships.
Okay, thank you for joining this discussion on how to set boundaries in relationship and stay true to yourself. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It is an act of self-respect. When you respect yourself, others learn to respect you too. Healthy boundaries lead to healthier relationship and a more confident you. See you in the next session. Allah Hafiz.
That was a wonderful wrap up. Thank you so much for the insightful discussion.